Hey guys, this is TheEnder, and this is game 2 of the current set, Mini vs. Mind, from the round of 16 of the BCTV tournament. So we saw, honestly, that last game, that was just a really great build order from Mind. I don't know how he got out that many units that quickly. It has something to do with the economic damage he did from the first attack, but that was a great attack. So Mind is going to go up 1-0 in this series. So, yeah. Alright, so we are going to be on Circuit Breaker for set number 2 of this match. And we'll have to see. So I guess this is the part in the cast where I I randomly ramble. Oh man, words. Yeah, since we gotta wait for the build orders to be reasonably interesting. So yeah, work is decent stuff. Yeah. So I mentioned in a previous cast, I'm an actuary. I do statistics and financial economics and hard math and stuff. Unless I actually get into specific projects, just in general, I'm not sure I can make you guys as excited about it as I could about StarCraft. But there's just nothing happening. All right, so we've got a forward barracks. That's minorly interesting. I don't think he's going to wall off, even though they're sort of indicating that maybe he's trying to. One of the reasons that I say that is, he already made a supply depot in his main, so he'd have to build 2 more there. I don't think he wants to do that. Maybe, I don't know, if he built 1 supply depot in a factory in the right position. But I don't think so, yeah. I think it's more just to, screw with the goon micro if there is an attack. Once again, maybe throw down an engineering bay there to, do a little bit of blocking, but not a tight wall. You don't really need a tight wall versus Protoss. They rarely go for Zealots, and they, of course, don't have speed in the early game. So we are seeing a 2-gate. Ooh. So this could be problematic for Mind. So in prior games, we pointed out how nice that these players have gone for things like anti-zealot microing building structure. And it looks like the second supply depot is going to be right by the barracks to do something like that. But still, Mind could find himself in serious trouble if he doesn't know this 2-gate is coming. Actually, I just realized. So I kind of assumed, since I saw 2 gateways, that it would be Zealots. That might not be right. It might be goons. Okay, so there is a gas, and there's probes mining on the gas, so it is going to be a goons rather than Zealots. Wait, no, but that's making a Zealot. I don't know what's going on. Alright, there we go. I said it. This is just a hobby. I'm not a professional. Perhaps it's a single Zealot. So a single Zealot could be nice if he's going for a bunker break, because Zealots are cheaper. They're more expendable. They do decent DPS. Double Zealot, what? And it's been scouted. I don't. Mini's going nuts here. He's going nuts. He hasn't. I don't think he's gotten goon range either. So it's possible he's going for a bunker break, but it's been scouted. Come on. It's been scouted. So whatever you do, you got to do it really well. Yeah, like I said, pros don't go for the Zealots just because you can't micro them very much at all. Oh, fail! You dumb Zealot, you should have hit him. That was the worst block ever. Well, alright, you can't block it since you can mineral walk, but still, that's really nice reaction time for Mini saving that probe there. But that doesn't make up for the fact that he should have at least hit the Zealot on the SCV. So it looks like Mind is somewhat confused, so he's getting his academy so he can get up scans pretty soon. But yeah, so we saw What is going on? Alright, so now he's going for a Robo, and so of course Robo with plus Zealot is useful, but you don't get the Zealots anywhere near that early. It just slows down your tech, it slows down everything. I don't know, maybe the only other thing I can think of that he's like, well, I want to get out more unit production, but the way the build works, you know, if you, to get out the maximum number of goons, you have to have already built the Zealots. It just seems so weird. You don't ever see that. I mean, did he scout Mini? Sorry, did Mini scout Mind and think it was some kind of a crazy like BBS? And he's like, oh my god, I gotta get 2 gateways down. I mean, he's got a full bunker. He's got STVs next to the bunker waiting to repair it because he's like, I have no idea what's going on. I must be getting super attacked. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's one of those like mind games, like super mega fake outs where it's you know, you do something really stupid just because your opponent, you know, won't think that you're doing something stupid, and they'll kill themselves trying to figure out what smart thing you're doing. Maybe that's what it is. But alright, so we see a third CC from Mind here, and I mean, it's a pretty decent idea. He's got 2 factories, you know, he's got the bunker, he's got comsats so he can see what's going on the Proto side. Seeing a third base from Mini as well, and it's just like, then why did you get those Zealots? Why did you go for the second fast gateway? What is up, bro? Have I said bro a lot today? Eh, whatever. Uh-oh, Goon needs to run. You don't want to get surrounded by mines. Now I got a Reaver. So, Reaver... Oh, and we saw shuttle speed just now. Alright, Goon died. So, of course, you know, in a straight-up fight... Yeah, in a straight-up fight, 4 Vultures probably can't even take out a Goon. But with the mines, yeah, they can. But alright, Shuttle is leaving. By the time he gets to Protoss base, he might have speed. Probably not, but it'll be somewhat close. And he's got 2 Zealots for the drop. Uh-oh. Vultures are breaking in. Oh no. Kill the mines, kill the mines, kill the mines. Good micro from Mini there, good targeting, taking down the mines. And he's got observers now since he went for the shuttle too, so that's good. 2 turrets might be enough to deter the shuttle, maybe not. Alright, speed is done, so it's just going for it. And Zealot 1 drops, takes no damage. Zealot 2 drops, Reaver comes in, first Scarab, 1 kill, second Scarab, 1 kill. 2 hero SCVs are like, hey Reaver, come and eat some of this. Eat my drill. That's kind of Alright, but the Zealots are going to take out the turret. I'm not sure if... I kind of think they should have been picked up right there. But, so the shuttle with the Reaver does escape, thanks to the heroic sacrifice of those 2 Zealots. Third base has been secured somewhat, and there's a pylon wall keeping Vultures from running around behind it. Oh, but there's already a Vulture there. First Dragoon dies trying to get back to save him. What? And another Vulture in the main. What is going on here? Mini, you've fallen apart, man. Stop doing it. And he canceled... He had to cancel that pylon wall because that Vulture somehow either got in or was already in. So now they're completely wide open. Alright, so good tank count from Mini already. Sorry, from Mine. Once again, he's got about as many tanks as Mini as Goons. I don't know how. Speed Shuttle's like, hey, can't come over here. Reaver, man. It's a Reaver. And the Goon dies instantly. He's like, yep, I'm just leaving. I'm leaving. So what is a Reaver like? So personality-wise, Reavers are like this. You know, they never go anywhere without friends, and then they start all these fights with people, but they make their friends like take the first punch, and then the Reaver throws like this big old sucker punch and then runs away. That's sort of like what the Reaver is, you know. Really, really BM. Alright, so good scouting. We got a pylon at each of Mine's fourth bases, so that, you know, there'll be like automatic scouting, like when it happens. And Mini is taking his fourth base. Oh, and we got carriers. Nice, very nice. So yeah, if you're the lesser skilled player and you're a Protoss and you're going against a Terran, by all means, take as many bases as you can, and then go carriers. And you really don't even have to guard all of your bases once you get the carriers out. Once you get your carriers to a critical mass, they can just trade against Terran units so nice and effectively, as long as you don't take head-on fights. And you really only need like 1, maybe 2 mining bases to support, you know, continued interceptor production. So it looks like it may have been scouted. There's a whole lot of turrets. I mean, a whole lot of turrets. And a whole lot of factories gone down for mined. Probe saturation in Mini's main looks kind of light. That's odd. But so yeah, like I said, it's a decently small goon army. But I mean, with carriers, you know, you don't need too many goons. However, I mean, alright, so the usual response when you see the carriers, you throw down extra factories, you produce Goliaths, and then you push. Because carriers take forever to build, and if there's not a critical mass of them, they can't really do anything. So we got a snipe of the observer there. That's interesting. It's different. Oh, nice Reaver shot there. Very nice Reaver shot. Oh, but the shuttle went down. And he dropped the Reaver. Hero Reaver, come on, Hero Reaver. Pretty decent shot. Hit 2 tanks. But yeah, so you see the carriers, you mass pump your Goliaths, and you push immediately. Because the tech cost is so high, the Protoss will have a very small army. Add that to the part where he's been expanding all over the place, and once again, very small army. So, by the time the Terran gets there, we're going to see about probably 2 carriers. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, no. Hero Spider Mines. Oh, man, that was so ugly. Oh, yeah, so this attack is going to kill the 3rd, maybe even kill the 4th. Carriers might get up to like 4, maybe 6, but it's just, those mines right there, they just literally took out all chance of Protoss being able to stop the push. And now the carrier's walking into Goliath range. Got slow zealots. Tanks don't even siege, they just like walk up to the natural and they're like, hey probes, boom, in the face. And the slow zealots are actually able to close with the tanks. But a carrier goes down. That's not good. You really can't afford to let those go down. Alright, so with those zealots that just happen to walk into the tanks, even though they're slow, carriers should probably retreat now due to all the turrets being there. And Protoss is still able to clean it up. And he didn't actually lose a base. I mean, he lost some probes, but so all things considered, that wasn't actually all that bad. So how many times do you see like a turret and a photon cannon like on the same screen at once? Nice! I like that. 3rd Stargate. Double down. And actually, since the tank count was like reasonably cleaned up, and he didn't scout that pylon, so mine's 4th base is going to be delayed a bit. And he can't, like I said, without any more tanks, he can't really push, because goons will beat Goliaths and in somewhat similar numbers. I think goons have a minor range advantage, in addition to, of course, the damage advantage. So this all of a sudden it swung a little bit towards Mini's favor. I'm not sure, but it was a good hold. Didn't lose the base. Alright, so 3 carriers out, 3 Stargates pumping more carriers, and some kind of goon army on the map. So this is where we get interesting. And of course it's interesting, so it's not as good of a map for carriers as, like, we'll say, I don't know, Destination. And I'm just throwing out Destination because the bases are really far apart on Destination, and there's a whole lot of ridges and bridges. So anything that prevents or slows down troop movement is going to be beneficial to any kind of flying unit, especially carriers. So I mean, as you can see, the 3 bases that Mind has are pretty close together. So it's going to be not all that hard for the Goliaths to, run from base to base. Oh, probe genocide at the 4th base for Mini. Reinforcements come in as the cannons finish cleaning everything up. But yeah, so we're up to gonna be 6 carriers pretty soon. Oh no, come on. Does he not have goon range? Oh my god, that one mine took out 4 dragoons. He doesn't have goon range! Oh my god! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should keep my composure a bit better. Oh! You made a major error. I don't know how he made that kind of mistake. So yeah, his goons have not had range. So that was why they weren't doing that great against the Goliath in that initial tussle, and why they weren't doing good against mines. Sorry, mines, not minds. Oh, that's ironic since he's playing against mind. Alright, so 5th base down for Mini in the upper left position. It's not saturated. Interesting little wall he's taking at the top of the ramp. But it's all around. Mini seems to have really rather poor probe saturation at his bases. Zealots do have speed. And one interesting thing about when you see carriers against Terran, so Zealots actually they gain effectiveness versus this type of army. And you say, what? What are you talking about? So usually the composition is going to be something like tank vulture, and so your tanks are your gas heavy and your vultures are your mineral heavy. Vultures obliterate Zealots. But the thing is, once they start going for the Goliaths take a little bit of gas, so they reduce the tank count, and you need a whole lot of them to take out the carrier, so you need to go like mass Goliath. So they're slightly more gas heavy than... Oh, they take a slight amount of gas, so it reduces your tank count, and since you have to produce them from your factories, you're reducing your vulture production at the same time. You're usually almost getting rid of them completely. So the point is... Oh, nice DT. So yeah, so as you can see, there's no vultures here, none. Whoa, little lag on the stream. But so yeah, so all of a sudden it's like, who's going to kill the Zealots? Are the Goliaths going to kill them? Are the tanks going to kill them? Well, there's not that many tanks, and Goliaths they do 12 damage rather than the 20 that vultures do. Plus they're twice as expensive as vultures. So yeah. So like I said, it just changes the composition and like the effectiveness of each unit. All of a sudden, High Templar become a whole lot more effective versus these mass Goliath competitions, because compositions, because you need your Goliaths to bunch up so that they do good against air units, because air units can stack. So yeah. And so then the funny part is, the tanks firing on the Zealots, they're actually going to do splash damage to the turrets. We saw a storm on the tanks. That's not necessarily how you want to use it, but yeah. Usually you also want to keep your carriers out of range of the turrets. So interceptors have a short range themselves, and then it's like there's another range for how far the carriers can have the interceptors outside of range. So in total, it's something like crazy. Like I want to say, maybe interceptors have 4 range, and carriers can have interceptors 9 range from them or more. Oh, okay, so this is odd. Bit of an awkward... So the Protoss army is moving in towards the 3rd, and the retreat path has been cut off completely by the entire Terran army, so they really should be pushing forward. Pretty decent storm on some Goliaths and tanks. The carriers really need to survive this, so they should not be going to the left. Maybe it's, lack of scouting information and he's afraid of the reinforcements. Oh no, in the meantime he's lost his 4th base. But yeah, those carriers really have to survive. Oh no, they're getting sandwiched. Oh no. Why aren't they firing? Why aren't they firing? You're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. Carriers can move and fire at the same time. Scan on the high ground. Alright, so it looks like 3 carriers went down, only 3 carriers remaining. And it looks like he never actually rebuilt any more carriers from that at his 3 Stargates, which is odd. But yeah, so this random counterattack, 4 tanks, took out the 4 o'clock base, which you really don't want to have happen. Single DT versus an army without a science vessel, but the DT is like, no, I'm just walking by. Oh man, so that DT didn't even get a shot off. He saw him come out of the gateway, and so he scanned instantly. Oh man. So he's 3 DTs grouped up, but you need to spend your money, man. He had 3 Stargates doing nothing, and he had 1,000 minerals. Nice mind drag. Alright, so state of the game. It looks like Mind is just outplaying Mini here. Mini's got, what, 5 carriers, and he's distance mining from the 6 o'clock base. He's losing his upper left base. So pretty soon we're going to have 2 bases, maybe 2.5 mining for Mind, and 1 base mining for Mini. Yeah, because his main's mined out, his natural's mined out. He's rebuilding the 6 o'clock, but yeah, he's severely behind. So Mind is going to take a hidden base, which he doesn't need to, but even if he loses it, it's not a big deal. He's got plenty of turrets, he's got plenty of Goliaths, his unit composition is fine. I mean, this is... Let's just say that, yeah, I mean, I'd say the game is about over. Nice focus firing the tanks on the High Templar. Alright, so that's where you want to be storming, on the Goliaths, not actually on the tanks. Oh, good storm right there. Caught a lot of them. Even if he didn't get any kills, really did some good damage. So yeah, Goliaths have 125 HP. Oh no, don't do that. Sacrificing carriers. But yeah, so a storm won't kill a Goliath, but it'll reduce it to a very low health. Oh, distance mining, so bad. So it looks like pretty soon the game is going to be over. I do like the part... Oh! And another probe genocide. But yeah, so I do like the random DTs thrown in there, although I don't understand why he's not attacking with them. So of course, you know, you can reduce the number of, you know, your comsat stations that your opponent has. You know, every scan will take some energy, maybe slow him down a little. And of course, I mean, if you think about it, if you build a DT, DTs are not all that expensive, like in the mid to late game. So if you can literally get like 1 tank sniped with your DT, and so tank snipe one of the DT is like what, 3-4 shots. So a single tank snipe, I mean, even if the DT goes down instantly, and it doesn't even, you know, cost the Terran anything scan-wise, it's still a good trade. I mean, because as a Protoss, you're supposed to be mining more than the Terran. So yeah. Alright, so this is a game. We got, what, 6 carriers versus, I don't know, a dozen Goliaths, and the carriers are losing. Got a base that's mineral only and almost mined out for Mini, whereas Mind is on 2 full bases, and he's getting another base in the bottom right. Alright, come on, end the game. Let's go to game 3. As much as I like seeing carriers, and as much as I was saying how good they are, you're not going to win, man. You're not going to win. Even if you clean up this entire army and take no losses, the enemy reinforcements are just going to overwhelm you. Because you're not mining. Alright, so there's the... Once again, not a GG. Why don't these guys GG anymore? They just make 2 other symbols that are different. Alright, moving on to game number 3. Game number 3. See you there.